Hey guys. Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. How is everyone? Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. I hope y'all not hours and hours in people to death. It just seemed like that is like the running song that's been playing on everybody's thing for right now. I'm gonna let the room fill in a little bit. I'm gonna get a little water. I'm a little parched right now. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and then the next thing you're gonna be talking about some. I wish I had a time machine. Oh my gosh, how is everyone tonight? I am just so happy. You see, I'm a little festive today. I got my Valentine's Day colors going on, my little color scheme going on. I'm trying a little something, you know. Unfortunately, I don't have a Valentine's. It's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm fine. I'm not trying to be up there in the delivery room in November. All right? I am good. How is everyone tonight? Hey, B&A Island. What's up, Ken Jones Comedy? I love your page, man. You keep me laughing. Oh my gosh. Y'all gotta go check out his shows. Oh, Donnie O has joined. Hey. How is everyone tonight? Young and Gifted. Marlo, hey, what's up? How is everyone? Just gonna let it fill in a little bit more. I want to feel the love. I feel the love. I see the hearts. Thank you guys. This is my 7th episode. You know, 7 is the number of completion, right? But this show is not completed. It's gonna keep on going. It's gonna keep on going. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I got my cup. This actually shout out to my sister because she got me this cup for my birthday a while back. And I still have it, and I use it to drink wine and water. And right now I have water. Jesus hasn't turned it to wine yet, but soon that will be the case. I want to be of sound mind when I do my show. And speaking of my show has amazing sponsors, and I want to make sure that y'all can see me. So let me just. Hey! Okay, so great. So, my sponsors are amazing. They are the reason why I'm here and able to do this show for you. So, I'm going to shout out my sponsors real quick. My sponsors are Anointed Ads, okay, award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. He's an amazing guy. He's the one that created the flyer for my show, Think Different TV. And oh my gosh, I didn't even introduce myself. Welcome to all of those who've been rocking out with me, and welcome to those who are just joining in for the first time. My name is Lashia. I'll be your host on Think Different TV. Hi, how are you? How are you? Back to the sponsor, Anointed Ads. Like I said, 14 years experience. He had over 100 websites created. He even has his own website. He is an amazing guy. Like I said, he created the flyer for my show, Think Different TV. He is one of those guys, when you call him up and you say, hey Phil, I need this done, he gets it done, okay? He doesn't waste any time, all right? And he's very efficient. He's very professional. When you're ready to get your project started, make sure you mention Think Different TV because you get 15% off, okay? 15% off. And, all right, all you have to do is call 609-534-0237, and he will pick up the phone and say, hello. And then you say, hey, hello, I need my project done. And guess what? He's going to hook you up. So there you go. All right. And then we have Euphoria Water because, you know, I got my water, right? And it can only be the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Euphoria Water. Okay, baby. All right. You got to get with it. All right. When you're ready to put in that order, please hit up Euphoria Water right here on IG, or you can call 267-707-8279. Right? And Mike is going to pick up and he's going to be like, what you need? And you can be like, I need that water. Right? And he even does about a gallon, baby. So get that water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. Get that, okay? I see Just Shades dropped in. I see Logic 613 dropped in. Hello. How are you tonight? I'm trying to work that in as I go. Shouting out the people that are joining in, because I've noticed on my past lives I've been like trying to figure out what to do. But okay, so our last sponsor is well, not last sponsor, our final sponsor for right now, because you know I'm gonna get some more sponsors. Let's speak that into the universe. Okay. Our final sponsor for the night is All Money Shots. Amazing guy. He does amazing videography, photography. He even does virtual photo shoots. So if you can't make it down to the studio for whatever reason, you know, COVID is still a thing, he does virtual photo shoots for you. He does maternity shoots, weddings, all that great stuff. I think I just recently reposted him in my stories, so please check him out. He also has a campaign called Shoot Cameras Not Guns, because here in Philly, you know, they has the reputation of being called Philadelphia, and I don't really like that nickname for Philadelphia. Usually is the city of brotherly love, but as of late, it has been a home for like a lot of gun violence, and he wants to give back to the community. And one way he can give back to the community is to keep these young kids off the street, give them something to do, teach them a skill, which is videography, photography, and give them something to do. Because you know, what is it? Idle minds is the devil's playground, or idle hands, or something like that. You know, so when they ain't got nothing to do and they bored, they gonna look for trouble. And we don't want them out there causing trouble. We want them off the streets, inside, learning a skill, something they can use to make money later on. And it's a very profitable business. Okay, he's definitely been making money doing what he's doing, and with that, he's been able to give back. So shout out to All Money Shots, which is my other sponsor. So we're gonna get into the show. I was very conflicted because I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. But and excuse me, I've been dabbing on, I don't know, nasal stuff. So one is Valentine's Day. Two, yesterday was the Super Bowl. So I was like, I ain't really watched the Super Bowl. I was asleep. I was asleep. Be perfectly honest, I was asleep, honey. I wasn't trying to watch that game. First of all, if the Eagles ain't playing, I ain't watching. And that's just my motto, okay? And y'all, I don't need no haters on my live. Talk about some, oh, Eagles, da. Listen, Eagles is my team. I'm a hometown girl, okay? Don't be getting on here hating, okay? But if they ain't playing, I ain't watching. All right? And but I did wake up when I finally woke up, and the game was already over and everything like that, and I was like, let me go check out the score. I went and I checked out the score. Right, BNA Island. BNA Island is my independent artist spotlight for tonight. Go Eagles, go Birds, okay? When I finally woke up, I went and checked the score, and it was 23-20. Okay, LA Rams did their thing. All right, good job. All right. And then I immediately went to YouTube and watched the halftime show, because I know I missed the halftime show too, which was not my intention, but I was like, it kind of comes with the territory. If you're going to sleep through the whole Super Bowl, you might as well. It's going to happen. So I went and I looked at the halftime show, and I'm just going to quickly go through what I was getting from it quickly, okay? And after talking with one of my good friends, I learned that I wasn't the only one. It was a little low energy for me. With all the hype being around it, I expected to be like a little bit more explosive. I actually expected at least a little bit of like fireworks or something, you know. That would have been dope. But I guess, you know, regulations and stuff like that, they couldn't do all that. But I love that, you know, it pretty much brought everybody together. You know, you had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. You had 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. Let me just start from the beginning. I love the beginning. And you could tell in Dr. Dre's face and Snoop Dogg's face, like they was just happy to be performing together again on a big platform. Like you could tell in their face they was really happy. They was excited. You know, I guess just being a performer, I could see that. I could tell that they was really excited just to do the show. Like they're like, oh my god, like, yo, bro, like we really up here doing it. Like we doing it. Like it was like that type of vibe I was getting from them. Did y'all peep when Snoop Dogg went down the steps and he was where the band was? They had a digital picture of him and his mom. As you know, like I think last year he lost his mom. So I'm really close to my mom and my dad, and I like that tugged at my heartstrings a little bit because I was like, oh, he did a little homage to his mom. That's really, really, like really nice. Like I teared up a little bit. I was like, oh, that was so nice. And let's talk about the outfits real quick. Snoop Dogg, he had on his blue, staying true to his prints, you know, but he also had the yellow stripes to kind of represent the LA Rams too. Well, to represent the LA Rams. So I was like, oh, good save. Like, good save. Keeping a good family-friendly show and having it. And I noticed that they chose songs that didn't have a lot of cussing in it, or if it did, they kind of like, even with them taking it out or editing it out, it didn't take away from the song itself. Because, reminder, we are on a Super Bowl and there are kids out there watching. So yeah. Who came out after them? Oh, 50 Cent, Upside Down. Am I the only one that was worried about him? I was like, please let him be okay. I was like, don't let him be lightheaded and fall out all over the place, because quiet as it's kept, in the real video, he was not really upside down. Okay? The scene was just upside down, but he wasn't upside down. So for him to come in and be upside down, I was like, okay, that's creative and everything like that. But I was like, all that blood and all that rushing to his head, and 50 Cent ain't 50 Cent no more. He was like 250. Love you, 50 Cent. No shade, but shade. I love him, but he's so far removed from that life. Like, he was an entertainer, he was a performer, he was a rapper, and he went on to do bigger and brighter things. I don't want to say better, but brighter things. And it's like he's so far removed from that that life. So it was kind of weird to see him in a white beater and like back to his original, like his look. Cause I know kids today was like, hey, ain't that the guy from Power? I didn't know he could rap. This his song? I didn't know this was his song. Oh, my poor Gen Zs. Not even Gen Zs, my poor Generation Alphas. You got these kids confusing. And he was upside down, and then the people was in the club, and they was dancing and stuff, and they was shaking their booties. And I was just like, I was like, they showing all these skinny declared, and he actually cussed. And I was like, they better give Janet another try. They better give her another chance. She just showed one boob. I don't understand, honey. And then, who was after him? After 50 Cent, it was Mary J. Awesome. I like how she did No More Drama. Oh my gosh, what was the first song she did? The first song she did was really long, but for some reason I can't remember what it was. If y'all remember, y'all can put it in the comments. But she did really nice. I liked her outfit. Everything was great. And then after Mary J, was it Kendrick Lamar? I think it was Kendrick Lamar. And then after Kendrick Lamar did an awesome job. I liked how he had all the men, like, it was just very militant, did an awesome job. And then after that, after him, it was Eminem. I liked it. I liked the setup. I liked the White House and everything like that. I liked the floor, the map that they was on. It was actually a map of Compton, so I love that. Okay. But still a little low energy for me. I expected it to be a little bit hyper, but we gotta realize, like, these performers, they older. You know, like they not in their prime. You know, you get what I'm saying? You know, so I mean, for what it was awesome. It really fed the millennials' souls. Okay, so we was very thoroughly enjoying it. We knew all the songs, which, I mean, these past couple of Super Bowls, we was like, hey, TG Savage, my bad, 314, hey. Yeah, some of these past Super Bowls had me scratching my head like, I don't really know these songs like that, but I knew every song that was being sung at the Super Bowl, so I was happy. Okay. So that is pretty much the Super Bowl halftime show that I what I got out of it. I love that they let Mary J be feminine and wear something very bright and you know, to stand out, because Eminem taking a knee during the playing of I Ain't Mad at You was amazing. Lose Yourself is a perfect song for the Super Bowl, because you know you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Super Bowl is one of those things. In other words, it's like don't F up. No, I don't know about Akon, but we can talk about that somewhere later on. Now, I do want to talk about my real topic for the night. My real topic for the night is, wow. It's amazing how when you talk, it's like time just passed by. It's like, wow, like crazy. My topic actually for the night is, I saw this picture circulating around, and being a mother of a young son and being a mother, a single mother, I was actually taken aback by this, how bold this particular picture was. It was just text, but it was talking about how we have to be careful with posting our cubs, because there's people out here that are predators, and what they do is they look for women who don't have a male presence in the home, and who you know, have young cubs, and they really want to see that, and so they're monitoring, they're seeing who they can target per se. So I was like, at first when they was like, be careful posting your cubs and everything like that, I was like, it kind of sounds like they're putting the blame on the parents for posting, as opposed to putting the blame on the predators who are sick and disgusting and need to be called out. That's one. Because it later on talks about this the one guy that they interviewed, and the guy was just talking about how he purposely targets women who don't have a male presence in the home, and you can see that in all the pictures and stuff like that. Like, and he purposely goes and he looks for these women because that's the perfect type of women to get in good with, so they can get close to the kids, and it's real, like, I remember this one commercial, y'all. It was this commercial where it was a white guy. He walked up to this white lady, and he was just like, Hey, how you doing? How you been? It's me, such and such from high school. Yeah, I've been following you on Facebook, and oh, that trip to the Bahamas seemed really nice, and oh, and your daughter looks like she's gonna grow up to be a fine young lady when she gets up. Oh, you like my background pictures? Oh yeah, the shout out to the artist Imitation by Jarrell. He did this beautiful artwork. Yes, he did. Invitation by Jarrell. And he's right on IG if you want to check out his artwork. He makes tables, he does prints, he does a lot of different things. He's all about black love and showcasing a lot of our black people, black celebrities, uplifting us. So if you want to go check him out, it's Invitation by Jarrell. That's the artist of this piece right here. So it's like queen, 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 queen. But the thing that got me the most about the whole thing was on social media, I can see posting a few pictures about your kids, maybe first day of school, maybe on their birthday, but when you're posting like your whole like routine and like what school they actually go to and all of this stuff, like I think that's too much information. It's just too much. Or I remember one time I had made a mistake and I had, when you get your photos for your kids, you get the little what is it called, the proofs, and from the proofs I had to pick what pictures I wanted, and I was just so excited. I was like, oh, let me post these real quick. So I took a picture of it and I posted it, but then I realized that, oh crap, the information up the top, so I had to go back in there. I had to erase it really quickly, delete it, and I had to take and wipe out over the information and put it up there. So just be careful, y'all. Like, don't just be putting information out there all willy-nilly about your kids, because somebody can sure enough just walk up to the school and say, I'm here to pick up such and such. Oh, I'm not on the list. Oh, and pretend to call you real quick, or call somebody that sound like you or something like that, and just say, oh, hey, just want to make sure it's okay that we let such and such go with this person. They're not on the list, and then this other person that they work with can be like, yeah, sure, sounding like you, and then they just let them go. I will say that security in schools have tightened up a lot, so rarely does that really happen, but it still does happen. Also, like places that you frequent with your child, parks you go to, playgrounds, and all that stuff, like just be careful when you're posting that stuff, because you never know, somebody might be up there and they follow your every step, every move. And am I saying it's your fault if something happened to your child? No, because it's the sickness of the predator. That's the predator's problem. The predator is the sick one. You just have to be cautious and have to be mindful of what you do, because there are predators out there that are looking for a loophole, for some way to get in. And here's another thing that really pisses me off, because like I said, I watch a lot of Judge Judy. A lot of Judge Judy, a little too much Judge Judy. I overdose on Judge Judy. I was watching Judge Judy before I jumped on this live, because it's just like background noise to me and I need to watch it, right? So I was watching Judge Judy, and it was this case where this lady saying exactly, basically you saying, don't put nothing past anything. Exactly. Don't just be trusting, because let me tell you about the situation. This person was on Judge Judy, and she was talking about how she met this guy in like 1 month, and then the next month she had him move into the house. Like, are you that desperate? Like, ew. Like, how are you that desperate to just let some random dude move into your spot with your kids? And this is not uncommon, because I see this a lot. I either see a lot of women allowing men, bums, move into their home because, oh, they don't have a place to stay and I'm just trying to help them out. And you got kids and you're exposing them to this person you know nothing about. And then also you have these men who are also allowing women to take care, because men like, oh, women are nurturers and they take care of, they have the natural nurturing gene in them, so there will be nothing in them to make them want to hurt my child. But is you crazy? It's your child. That person has no ties to your child whatsoever, so they don't have an obligation or anything like that to your child or to make sure that your child is safe. I know it was at one time, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and everybody in the village was, you know, working together to make sure these kids came up a great way. But now, that's not the case. I could tell you some stories, man. I could tell you some stories where people really was trusting with other people about having them around their kids too soon. And even if you know somebody for a long time or you've been with somebody for a long time, you still gotta be careful. Because like I said, they have no blood relation. If you gotta watch your child around relatives, what makes you think you don't gotta watch your child around strangers? Come on now. Let's be real. And we gotta, if we see something, we gotta say something immediately. Don't just be like, oh, because this is another thing that I'm seeing in our community too. Oh, Junebug would never do that. A Junebug would never touch a child. I know Junebug. Well, Junebug got a problem. And until that problem is addressed, no kid should be around Junebug. And the person that says that should not be criticized or ridiculed for saying that, because they keeping it 100. Like, I'm tired of these predators being protected. If they're predators, they need to be called out for what they are, and they need to be locked up. You know, like, it's crazy how is the victim the one that is the one that gets all the slack? It's like, don't get me started, because it's going to have me going down a whole rabbit hole, honey, about, if you don't want to be sexually harassed at your job, just make sure that you wear this and wear that. But wait a minute. Hold up. How you going to tell us what to wear, but they the ones sexually harassing me? Like, why is there not no conversation with them to say, hey, do not sexually harass the female staff? Why is it, women, y'all can't be scantily clad or wear this, That's how I felt when I first saw that photo, because I was like, be careful about posting about your cubs. But it's not us that's doing anything wrong. It's social media. We're, sharing our, our pictures of our loved ones and our kids and stuff like that. We're not doing anything wrong. It's the sick predators that's doing stuff wrong. So let's just call a spade a spade. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like, one, yes, we should be careful about what we post. We shouldn't give people the play-by-play of everything we do or where we're going to be or anything like that. We want to be careful about that. Why? Because there are predators out there that are watching our every move. On the flip side, if you know somebody is a predator, you need to speak up. If they say something weird to you, like, you see how sexy that girl is over there, and you know that little girl is like 16 years old, stranger danger, y'all need to say something. Y'all need to be like, I'm sorry, but what you said was a little uncomfortable to me. Like, what you mean? She, get clarification And then once you get clarification, then you like, oh, this is a sick pervert. And then you got to call that person out. Don't wait till they do something and then be like, oh, you know what? Now that I think of it, he did make this comment the other day. Gotta be proactive sometimes instead of reactive. Like, I know some people like don't jump the gun if they ain't do nothing. Like, cause you can't really prosecute somebody or arrest somebody for making comments like that. But it does put that antenna up, like something's fishy about that person. So what do you think, guys? Like, how do you feel about the situation? Do you think that we have to limit what we post on social media? Do we have to watch what we do? I know that there's a lot of people out there that agree with me about not having people interact with your kids too soon, because that's a serious problem that needs to be addressed as well. We can't just have people taking care of our kids or being around our kids after a short amount of time. You don't even know this person, but you have them around your kids. Like, that's telling us that you care about your own self gratification and your kids. That's not cool, yo. Like, I got a son. Like, everybody that I have him around, I have filtered 500 times over. Nobody's just randomly around my son. Like, and that's why I'm like, when I hear about this stuff about, yeah, I let him move in after 2 weeks of meeting him, and I got a 2-year-old and I got an 8-month-old, I'd just be like, how do you even get to that point where you're like, yeah, I'm going to let this person move into my house? First of all, my home is my sanctuary. I gotta feel safe in my home. I don't even know this person I'm letting them move in. Wait a minute. Something's totally wrong with that. And then on top of that, you got them around the kids. This one lady, she invited a jailbird. I'm not saying that everybody that get out of jail is bad people. Some people are falsely accused, whatever. Like, but to move a convicted felon into your home with your kids is just like so irresponsible. It's so irresponsible, especially when you hardly know that person. But yeah, I want to hear y'all thoughts about this topic. I want to hear about what y'all got to say about this. So after this, if y'all want to DM me and just say hey, or you want to put comments underneath the video, let me know what y'all think. I would love that, because I like to hear feedback, because this is crazy and it's getting out of hand and it needs to be stopped. It needs to be addressed and it needs to be stopped. Okay, we got to protect the kids. Protect these kids. Okay, you are the first line of defense. You are mom, dad. Okay, they don't know anything else. Everything that they know, they're being taught. They're being taught. Them being around random different people, it's not good. It's not good. You even gotta watch kids around family. That's even spookier. Like, kids that, I could talk all night about this, but really I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm just gonna leave it right there, and y'all just give me y'all thoughts and everything, and I'm gonna go right to my sponsors before I get too upset. So we're gonna jump into these sponsors real quick. Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company. Amazing websites created, over 100 created, 14 years experience. He even has a website of his own, www.anointedads.com. You can find him here on IG. You can find him on Facebook under Anointed Ads. That's ANOINTEDADS. So go and check him out if you're ready to get your project started today. You can go hit him up at 609-534-0237. And guess what? When you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off. That's 15% off of your next project. So why not get started today? Okay. And then we have Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. All right. Alkaline with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Okay. Get with this water. Okay. It's Euphoria Water right here on IG. You can go and check him out. He even does about a gallon. Euphoria Water, that's UPHORIA WATER. Or you can place your order by calling 267-707-8279. So call them up, hit them up, say you need some water today. Of course, I got mine on deck because sometimes I get a little parched. So that's Euphoria Water. And then we also have All Money Shots, which is an amazing sponsor. He does amazing videography, photography. He even has a campaign called Shoot Cameras Not Guns. They was just recently featured on Channel 10. It's amazing works. He's giving back to the community by teaching skills, videography and photography to young kids, getting them off the streets and getting them into doing something productive. Because like I said before, idle minds is the devil's playground. And when you don't got anything to do, you're out there causing havoc. So why not get them inside the house, inside the warehouse, have them learn, in the video studio, which is an amazing studio. I've been there. It's like so super decked out. I love it. You come in, you learn a skill, and guess what? You don't need to be licensed to be a photographer. Not at all. They can have an eye and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna build my portfolio, and then next thing you know, they're out there making money. And you know, sometimes people don't like to reproduce because they feel like they're gonna lose clients or lose money by reproducing. But no, that's the best way to start getting passive income, because if they join, when they join his camp, because he's helping them, when they join his camp, he can get a kickback from that. You never know. Like, that's what we should be doing. Anything. We shouldn't just be living our lives to be producers. We should be reproducers. We should be teaching people what we know so they can go out there and do it, and then we can get somewhat of a kickback from that, you know, and keep that passive income coming in, you know. And that's how businesses are formed. That's how they're generated, because you don't just do all the work yourself. At one point in time, you're going to be passing the skills down to someone else so that, you know, you can still have that money coming in, but passively. So yeah, passive income, I love that word. So here we go. So that is our wonderful sponsors, and we're going to jump into this next segment, and I'm going to see if I can get B&A Island on. I'm gonna see if I get him on. But before I even bring him on, let me tell you about this guy, okay? So I met him in 2011. I remember, it was 2011? Jeez, that seems so long ago. What, was it 2011? No, it wasn't 2011. It wasn't that long ago. It was 2014. 2014. I met B&A Island. But that still is some distance away. It's 8 years. Jeez. So met him, and we performed at this place called The Loft, and I just remember thinking, like, he got his stuff together, because it was very organized. It was catered, and it was like, I was like, oh, this is very fancy. I was like, I never performed somewhere this fancy before. I mean, it was amazing. And this was when I was skinny. I was skinty. This is before Wise. Before I put on a little poundage, you know, around the midsection. Before I was flat, but I thought I was fat. I don't know why, but anyway. But this guy went from being someone that I just kind of met to being a brother. And when I tell you, like, we worked together on so many different things. My first album, he had a big hand in that. I was fortunate enough to come on to his company, Savvy Arts Talents, and he was managing me, and he was getting gigs, and he was working on my album, and we was getting stuff done, honey. Like when I tell you, I said to him, I said I want to get my album done, and he was like, no worries, let's get it done. And we literally every Friday from March to June, like was in his apartment recording my album, even with people outside gardening and everything. It was crazy, but we made it happen. And so that first album, like we got so many stories. There's times we listen to songs and we know like exactly what was going on when we was recording the song, and we laugh about it, and it's just like just having those stories. And I'm like, dang, we should have like recorded like while we was doing it, because then we can have these memories forever and ever and ever. But I like that we could share that memory together, because a lot of times it was just us two just vibing, just collabing, just trying to fit the pieces of the puzzle together, get the album done. It was done by the end of June. We went through the whole process of the copyrights and doing everything the legit way, having the paperwork. Shout out to him, because we really put it together, and I was able to release my album by July 1st, 2017. It was a big thing with me with numbers. I was like 7/1/17. I wanted to make sure that it was out by that date. And we made it happen, okay? But in his own right, other than being an amazing manager and an amazing owner of an entity such as Savvy Arts Talents, he's also an artist in his own right. He writes, he produces, he sings, he does everything that you just be like, dang, like this dude does a lot. He does a lot, and he just is steady working. He is no stopping. Like he does not stop. He keeps going. Even when he was working his job, he would come home and he just let me write, let me create, let me do something. And that's what I love about him, because he's constantly creating. And recently he has teamed up with DJ Chemo, and they two have formed something called Just Savvy DJs. And with that came a lot more music, because now he has someone awesome that they can both play off of each other. He's a singer and DJ Chemo is a rapper, and it's like they just blend together. So when I tell you, like, it's just some people, it's like Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, but they was that before Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Like they was doing the collabs and doing everything together. And I was just like, wow, like, and let me tell you something else. B&A Allen is, he's the type of person that he doesn't mind, helping others shine. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's some artists out there, they just care about self, and they be just worried about what's going on with them. But he really makes sure that everybody around him is good. I think that's the Scorpio in him. And making sure everybody is good. And, if anybody, does anything to his family, he ready to attack, like, real quick, Not as quick as Chemo, but he at least gives them a chance to speak for themselves. But when it gets to be a little redundant and he's like, okay, you really full of crap, he gonna attack. And I needed someone like that in my camp. I'm super proud of him. I'm super proud of everything that he's doing, everything that he's accomplishing. And what I want to do is bring him into the live so I can just talk to him for a little bit. All right? Is that okay with you guys? I know I'm running on time, but it's my show and I do what I want. So I'm going to see if I can bring him in. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can bring him in. How would I Let's see. Okay. Yay! Woo 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 woo. It's getting a lot easier to do that now too. Hey!
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I had to take a little sip of water real quick. I was getting a little parched. But after saying all that, that's a mouthful. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm like, man, I'm over here cheesing. Like, I'm like, yo.
I love you, bro. I just want to make sure that everybody knows everything that you do. But I'm sure there's probably something I missed. You probably been in
No,
movies,
you
been in.
you nailed it. I'm like, I feel like I'm about to go up and accept a Grammy or something. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Oh wait, y'all! I forgot to mention he is also a businessman. Okay, he has his own business, Manny T Dryer Vents. Right? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
And he goes out there and he learned that there was a problem. And the best way to build a business is learn that there's a problem and find a way to fix it. And what he's done is he realized that there are a lot of fires that are caused by dryer vents not being properly cleaned out. And so with that problem, he's like, wait a minute, why are people not having their dryer vents cleaned out? This is crazy. And it's because people are lazy and they don't want to do it themselves. So he's like, well, let me be that person that comes and do it for you so we can avoid this problem later on down the line. And he has gotten raving reviews because I know he's so professional when he goes out there and does it. And it's something very what is the word? ASMR about watching
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. It's like
the
something.
driver stuff come out. You're like, oh, that look like it's so
It's
satisfying.
It is. It is, especially doing those vents because you see all the stuff coming out. It's like, wow. It's like all that's inside them vents. It's like all this lint and everything, and it's just, for the jobs that I gotta go up on the ladder, it looks like it's snowing. I'm like, yo, it's like people been not getting it done for like 20 years. It's crazy.
Wow, wow. So we want to talk about DNA Island, the artist, tonight because we are going to be hearing one of your songs, and I wanted to know if you can pull it up because I've been trying to pull it up, and I'm doing everything on the budget right now.
Oh, what was
So
it?
I can get
You got the
we're gonna
YouTube? You got the YouTube up? It's on there.
uh but which one?
Daydreaming.
I see I went to go try to find it. It is not coming up, honey.
Type in DJ Chemo Daydreaming because that one might be up there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. But while we're doing it, while I'm pulling it up, right? I
yeah.
just want you to tell the people a little bit about yourself. How long have you been doing this? Well, one, your name. How long you been doing this?
Yeah.
If they don't already know your name. How long you've been doing this, and what are the good things about your music and everything, and what you want people to think of when they think of your music.
All right. Well, what's up, y'all? My name is B&A Allen. I've been singing since the age of 7. I started writing my own music at the age of 10. I'm an R&B singer. I would say my early years of singing, I was more like a Nelly kind of T-Pain kind of situation because I was around all rappers and I was basically the only singer. So my style was like I had a flow like crazy. It's like singing and rapping at the same time, you know, and I did like some slow songs or whatever from time to time. But, later on, I touched more onto like, you know, I would say like the slower tracks and all like the grown and sexy type tracks. And, I just pretty much was doing it all. I always had this 90s kind of style because I grew up listening to like Tevin Campbell, Keith Sweat, Teddy Riley, and all that. So, the style that I wrote, it was like in those kind of styles. So I still do that to this day. So fast forwarding to now, I kind of tap back into that, era where, it's like everything old is coming back again. And we tapped into the New Jack Swing because recently Bruno Mars and Cardi B did they song and that was New Jack Swing. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with me, I do the New Jack Swing as far as the beat, but the sound too. So it does sound like the 90s, but it's still 2022. So I mix it all together. So it's been getting a lot of feedback. we played it for Fat Man Scoop, and he decided to hop on the remix with us. So that's gonna come out,
See?
Yo, I'm telling you, the universe is crazy. Like, everybody from House Party, I've been in contact with Paul Anthony. He's one of the bullies, from House Party. Uh, who else? Groove. Groove was he played the drunk one on House Party where he's always drunk and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we became like real cool. He's on a song with me and Chemo. We're actually going up to New York on the 23rd. He's going to interview us for a TV show that he's doing. So it's really, coming together, and it's like tapped into it at the right time,
I love the fact that we are taking something that we, millennials, we grew up listening to and we got accustomed to as far as music wise. And I love the fact that you are bringing it current and bringing it to Gen Z and Generation Alpha so they can know that there was a point in time when music was good.
Right.
Music was great.
Right.
and you are, I love that this is a different avenue from everything else we hear on the radio. Like you always hear the same type of music over and over again. And I love the music that you're creating because it's very refreshing. It's not like everything else you heard on the radio and you're like, oh, I heard this type of music before. Because all they're doing is recycling and sampling other people's music, and it's times I be listening to songs, I be like, well, how did they? Well, hold up now, and it doesn't do the sample any justice. I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all are like so y'all creating, and I love that y'all are creating, but like sometimes they just gotta leave certain samples alone.
Right.
And leave certain things to be the way they were, because then somebody like me who grew up listening to the original is like, and then the original wasn't really the original, but at least we had artists that did it justice back then. I'm gonna stop finding these artists nowadays because they are doing their thing. They're making money. Making more money than me, so I can't really be too critical. But I would just like to say that I love what you're doing. I love the music that you're creating. I love the stuff that and I love how you are paying homage to the olden days and putting it into your music. I see that recently you just did a competition or something like that. Now I know the answer. I know the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say the answer because that's just gonna prove that I'm a know-it-all, and I don't want people to jump off and be like, "Oh my gosh, she just know too much." But I see that you were running a competition, so can you talk about that really quickly?
Yeah, it was a quick, I just came up with real quick because it was like a little 24-hour thing. So whoever got it within the 24 hours, I sent them $10 just to see if you really listening to the music or just liking it because you know me or whatever. Oh, I like it. Like, are you listening to the music? So I have, a lot of times I what's the word? I have like references in my songs where it's like you might have heard this like style or flow or the notes in a different song. So in one of our new songs called Crazy, on one of my parts, what I sing? I say, it was just fine when back then you decided you were not ready to settle down. So then I'm like, you know what? What song did I reference when I did that? So, I told them to put it in their story and everything. So some people didn't know it, and then somebody got it, and they tagged me and everything, and they put up Brownstone, If You Love Me, because there's a certain part. What she say? What she say? Now I love my pride.
Right now, you decide that
You were not ready. Settled. Yeah. So it's like, yo, that's
my
crazy.
thing was, it had to be somebody our age.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody our age.
Somebody I went to high school with. She was like, "Yo, I got it, bro." I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much."
So another question I want to ask
Mm-hmm.
is, I see that there's another song in the works. Like you have Daydreaming that dropped, Crazy dropped on the 21st of January.
Mm-hmm.
But I see y'all had the Pandemic remix coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because that song is like, it was like we had unfinished business because what year was that? It had to be like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2019
somebody
or
trying to call you.
2019. No, oh, my battery running down. That's all. But
Oh
2019,
my God.
it's cool. It's cool. 2019, we recorded it and then we did the video. So after that song and all the video, that's when we tapped into the New Jack Swing, and then that took storm of everything, and that song was still out there because we did the challenge for that and everything too. So, we was like, yo, we should do a remix for this. Let's, to close it out because we really want to tap in on the New Jack Swing in the 90s more. So we said, let's do it. So we got, some people from all over, from Houston, South Carolina, up in New York, and everything. So we attacking this song on the remix, and it's hot. Like, I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So before I play this song, right? I don't know if you see like the mute button on your end, like the little microphone where you can mute. Because
Yeah.
last time I did this, I'm still learning. The music didn't come through clear enough because the other person wasn't muted. But I want to make sure that everybody hears the song because I love the song. I love Daydreaming. I love Crazy. I can't wait until the Pandemic remix drops.
Oh, yeah.
So without further ado, once you mute, did you mute? All right, awesome. Okay, without further ado, guys, here is Daydreaming. I can't wait. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, here go.
More and more, I can't lie. It gets you out of my head. This party trying to have fun. It won't have to last your head. Visions of your smile. Because it drives me wild. Cause the truth is that I'm all over the girl. The day that we met to the times that we spent. I know that you're the time that we kiss sends me to another world. I can't daydream, just thinking of you. Everything I want, just thinking of more and more. My dream is down when I wake up all the way. That's what I'm thinking about. Chilling out next to relax. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming. I like to the secrets of me. Feeling the love when you touch. Just thinking of you, everything I need, everything I want, girl. Please, just thinking of you, got that special kind of love that makes me want you more and more. Please, just thinking of you. You know you're everything I need, girl. Everything I want, girl. Dreaming, just thinking of you. You got that special kind of love that makes me want you more and more.
Yeah,
I love that song.
I appreciate it. I can't wait for y'all to hear the remix because Fat Man Scoop, he be going in.
Oh man,
He be like, slide to the left,
listen,
left, left. Scoop went off on that John. He like slide to
yo,
the right. What you over there for? Like he goes in.
this song gonna have me moving on, have me do all the old dances, the cabbage patch, the
Yeah,
butterfly.
yeah. Yo, the kid
Yo,
and play. We do the kid and play in that song. Yo, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
oh my gosh, can you tell them real quick where they can find your music?
Okay. Well, you can find it on Spotify. Daydreaming is by B&A Allen, DJ Chemo, and it's actually on both of our platforms now. So you can either type in B&A Allen or type in DJ Chemo. It's gonna pop up on Spotify. You can watch the song on YouTube. It's everywhere. It's typing in. The cover has like kid and play, and it's like a house and everything. Is those retro colors, so you can't miss it.
Awesome, awesome. So, bro, like, what can we expect going forward?
Going
I
for
know it's a lot of things in the work. Do you have any? I know you're gonna be creating more videos. Any movie debuts or anything like that, or?
Well, I'm talking into existence because we are talking with some people that can probably pull some strings to get it in House Party, the new one. So we'll see. I can't make any promises, but definitely we're having a video with Fat Man Scoop. We're gonna have most of, if not all, the characters from House Party in it. We're getting interviewed, by Groove on the 23rd. I'm not sure when that's going to come out on the TFN network on the Roku TV, the Roku channel. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
on there, and we're still hitting the 90s New Jack Swing songs. Teddy Riley follows me now, so he's been talking to me in the DM. So we don't know, like he's coming out with an album where he's doing talk box and everything. So he might do a version of Daydreaming where he's doing a talk box over it. I don't know yet.
And you got somebody in the comments, TG Savage. He said he liked that song,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Awesome. So I also know that there is a 90s themed what is it called? Pop-up shop
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be happening on February 26th, which is a Saturday. So I am looking to see if we can have that song playing at the pop-up shop. It gotta happen. Because you can't have a true 90s, theme thing. You don't play something that, it's created today, but
Yeah,
it has the 90s vibe, but it's
yeah.
still like current enough that anybody can dance to it, vibe
Mm-hmm.
to it. Anybody can, the content of it is amazing. I just love your style of writing. Like you said, it's kind of like you got like a crazy flow. And I admire that about you because sometimes you put stuff together and I'd be like, how did he wait a minute? It just works. It just works. And also, y'all, guess what, y'all? B&A Allen and I have created so much music together.
Yeah,
We got Christmas songs together. Every Christmas we able to release our
yeah,
Christmas songs. We said like that was the best idea we ever could have, put
yeah.
forth.
Because every year that's going to
Um,
just keep playing.
and it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, he was behind my debut album, Air Music, and I decided to do this interview exactly 7 years, I believe, to the day
Mm.
that you
Yeah.
did
Oh,
the
the
album.
album release. Yeah.
Yes, so I
Yo.
made sure
Oh,
I remember
wow.
that.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah. Will you be my
And that's what
Valentine album?
I was in denial. I was pregnant with Wise at the time, but I was in denial, like I wasn't pregnant. I think and Will had a baby on the way at the time too. Like everybody was pregnant.
Right, yo. It was a snowstorm. It was a snowstorm and everything, yo.
Crazy snowstorm, and we still made it happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the host that was there that night.
Yeah.
What was his name? Oh my gosh, I follow him too.
Poetically Free.
Poetically Free was the host.
Yeah.
You had caterers there too. It
Cater.
was
Yeah.
like that out. It was so nice. Oh my
Yeah. We had
gosh.
DJ Mackey. DJ Mackey's the DJ for State Property.
Yup,
Yeah.
DJ Mackey was there. He was spinning on the ones and twos. He's making sure the music was right.
Yeah.
And we went up there and we did our thing. We performed beautiful.
We did beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. We've done a lot together, bro. And it's only gonna be more of us. So
Yeah.
prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of us, because we're gonna be up there. And Alan, I love you. You my big bro. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of everything that you have accomplished so far and that you're going to accomplish. I just see great things for you, and I know that this crazy collab that you have with DJ Chemo is just going to keep getting better and better and better. And one day I'm gonna see you guys up there at the Super Bowl performing and stuff at the halftime show, and everybody stepping and doing that. So it's gonna be amazing. I feel like this is the Super Bowl halftime show that I want to see.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. That would be dope. It really would. I appreciate you for having me on the show and everything. I love the show. Keep doing the great work. Love the topics. Love the energy. Everything.
Thank you so much, bro. Well, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta give them this financial tip. It's so important. But you know what? You're always welcome on my show. Actually, I think I'm gonna have you on next week too.
Oh yeah, shoot. I might, go hit up Chemo. I'm gonna go over there to the studio. We be right on live, right from the studio.
I know that's right. Because next week I might as well just spill the beans now. Because next week we're gonna. This week was all about being an island, but next week we're going to talk about Just Savvy DJs, and we're going to talk about the collab force that is DJ Chemo and DNA Island together, doing music together, how they had this crazy chemistry. It was just funny because chemistry with each other, and they're able to just create and create and create. And I want to just tap into that. And I think it's only fair if I have both of them together to kind of talk about that component. So yeah, next week is gonna be crazy. I hope you're ready.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Awesome. So thank you so much, bro. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna hit you up after the live, and you can tell me how shiny I am on camera. Okay.
All right, sis.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Love you. See you.
All right. See you. All right, y'all. I'm so happy that we were able to have B&A Island on. How great is he? He was able to share some of his time with us tonight and tell us about his songs. And like you heard, Daydreaming. Next week, we're going to play Crazy for you and really, show you that there is a lot of New Jack Swing influence on the music, and they just gonna keep on giving y'all the fire, okay? They gonna keep bringing it to you, okay? So y'all just gotta prepare to be sick of them, okay? All right. We're running a little over time, but that's okay. It's my show. I do what I want. So, real quick, gonna talk about my sponsors, because without my sponsors, I wouldn't even be here doing the show. So let's do that. All right. So our first sponsor is Anointed Ads, award-winning graphic design and website company. Guess what? He has 14 years experience, over 100 websites created. You're ready to get your project started today. All you have to do is mention Think Different TV, and you could get 15% off, okay? And just call his number. His name is Phil. He's an amazing guy. He created the flyer for my show. He's created flyers for me in the past. If you have an event coming up and you want to have a digital flyer that you can share, let me tell you, he is about his business. As soon as you hit him up and you say you need it done by this date, he gonna have it done. He gonna ask you if you need any revisions. He is just amazing. So when you're ready to get it done, call 609-534-0237. Say, hey, Phil, I need that. All right? Hook a sister up. Hook a brother up. All right? And we don't mean like a hookup, because it's Black History Month, so we gotta pay these bobs what they worth, okay? He is is giving 15% off though when you mention Think Different TV. All right, so take advantage of that. But then after that, keep on patronizing, you know, his business. All right, we gotta patronize these Bob's Black-owned businesses and make sure we put in money back into our community. Right, right. Regardless if it's Black History Month or not. All right, we gotta support our own. All right, I love supporting other people, but sometimes we gotta give that money back to our own community. That's the only way we're gonna thrive, honey. That's the only way we're gonna thrive. Okay, so we have anointed ads. Like I said, you can call 609-534-0237. He's gonna answer. He's gonna take care of everything, and it's gonna be the boson. All right. And then we have Euphoria Water. And while I'm talking about Euphoria Water, I'm going to make sure that I pour this water in my little glass. Let me bring it in a little bit. Pour this water, right? Because I'm a little parched yet again. Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. All right, you want to make sure you get your water today. Hydrate the right way, okay? And when you're ready to make sure you put that order in, you want to make sure you call 267-707-8279, or you can simply go to Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER, Euphoria Water. Hit them up right here on IG. Place that order. Make sure you get that water. All right. And then we have All Money Shots, an amazing sponsor. Amazing videographer, photographer. He also has a campaign called Shoot Cameras, Not Guns. He is making sure he's getting these kids off the streets, showing them a skill, which is photography and videography, and giving them something to do. Because there is gun violence in the streets of Philly, as there is anywhere else. But he's trying to make a difference in his part of the world. And I commend him. They just did a spread on Channel 10 News about his contribution to society and about what he does and about his campaign and how much he gives back to the community. And I'm telling you, I'm just super proud of him. So when you're ready to get your video shots done, your photo shoot done, your videos done, anything that you need, photography wise, he can do it. He even does virtual photo shoots. Amazing guy, amazing quality pictures. The picture that I use on my flyers and advertisement for the show, he's taken them along with his beautiful I want to call her apprentice, because she's learning to do, like I said, reproducing. He's showing her the ropes. And they are just an amazing duo. And he also has a team. He has a team. So there's no way you can go wrong with anybody on his team, because they're all learning from the best. So let me take a swig. So with that, we're going to go on to the financial tip, and then I'm going to wrap it up for the night. So the financial tip for the night, I put down whole life insurance, investing in 2 products, and getting only one. So I don't want to make this too super confusing. I just want to let you know that I want to ask you a few questions. When you invest into life insurance, if you have life insurance and you have whole life insurance, first of all, I want to say big props to you for even taking a step to even getting life insurance. That is a big deal. And I do not take that lightly. I applaud anybody who is ready to protect their family. Okay. I will say that whole life is an option when term insurance is unavailable to you. Because life insurance is not something that you can just buy. It's something you have to qualify for. So sometimes people don't qualify for term insurance, but they're able to qualify for whole life insurance. But I do want to give you a heads up. If you can qualify for term insurance, you might want to do that instead of doing whole life insurance. And this is why. When I say you're investing in 2 products and you're getting only one, your whole life insurance is made up of two components. It is the death benefit and also your savings account. So your whole life your life insurance has a savings account attached to it. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm paying this amount because the amount is being divvied up between my life insurance, my death benefit, and also my savings account. That is not true. So for the first 2 to 3 years, there is no money going into your savings account. When you're sinking your money into this account, let's say that you decide to get a life insurance policy that's $250,000 and you're paying $150 a month for this policy. A lot of people think that part of the $150 that they're paying a month is going towards the life insurance and part of it is going into their savings account. Like I said, that's not happening for the first 2 to 3 years of the policy. So all this money that you're sinking into your whole life policy when you're putting the $150 in every month for 2 to 3 years is going towards your life insurance, but it's also going towards the fees and paying the insurance agent. So that's what that's going towards. Just to give y'all a heads up, okay? No money is going into your savings account. So no, the first year in of having your life insurance policy, you can't borrow from your policy. You can't do it. The only way you'll be able to do that is you pay for your entire policy outright, which a lot of people can't do because that's a lot of money. Now, there's a lot of rich people that do that, and we're gonna talk about that another time. But there's a lot of ways around that. You can pay for the whole policy, then you can immediately start taking money out. But if you're just getting a regular policy and you're just like, I'm just gonna pay the $150 a month for my $250,000 coverage, then by all means do that. But just know that there's no money going into the savings account for the first 2 to 3 years. Now, after that, you start accumulating money into your savings account, okay? All right, but it's nowhere near the amount of money that you think it would be. No, they don't give you retro pay. They don't say, oh, well, oh yeah, absolutely, I can put it on my page. No, you can't put the song or put this information. I'll do both. I have a page, a financial literacy page, KS Legacy Building LLC 1, that I post all my financial information on. And on this page, I'll repost Daydreaming if you're talking about the song. But this information is very important. Why? Because some people get confused as to what they actually get, what kind of product. When you put your money into something, you want to know exactly what you're getting for your money, right? So, like I said, you don't get any money in there. And once you start getting money in there, about the fourth, fifth year, is nowhere near the amount of money that you think is going to be in there. So I just want to caution you on that because a lot of people don't know that. They oh, I got like $5,000 in there already. No, honey, you don't. You don't have $5,000 in there. Be lucky if you have $200 in there. And then when you have an emergency and you want to take money out, you can't just take money out of the savings account. You have to write a letter to the company asking for your money in the savings account part, and it takes up to 6 months until you can get that money. It takes up to 6 months to get that money, and nobody knows about the emergency 6 months in advance. So there's no way you could be like, oh, 6 months from now I'm going to have an emergency, so let me put in that request now. No, it's not possible. So when if you have an emergency, you can't just tap into those funds. That's why I tell people you might want to get a mutual fund, because that is something that you could tap into and you get the money within 2 to 3 business days, 1 to 2 if you had Chime. And then after that, when you take that money out, you have to pay it back at 6 to 8% interest rate. Now, the money that's growing in the account is growing at 2 to 4%. But when you take the money out and you're paying it back, mind you, it's supposed to be your money, but you're paying it back. You're paying it back at a 6 to 8% interest rate. which is a bummer because now you're like, crap, now I got to pay this back. And then all the money, like let's say you continuously paying that $150 a month. Well, honey, part of that is going towards the loan. And now you run the risk of lapsing on your policy because they're like, oh yeah, you're paying $150, but it's only covering the loan and the loan payment plus some of it is going towards your life insurance, and now your life insurance collect too. So it's a lot of fugaziness about it. It's a lot of craziness about it. You want to be careful. You really don't want to borrow from your policy because you actually have to pay that money back in a timely fashion. And this is why, because at the interim, when you pass away, if you still owe that money, what they do is they subtract it from your death benefit before they release the funds to your family. So I know people that they keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing from their life insurance policy, and they keep doing it, and then next thing you know, their family go and say, well, I thought they had life insurance, and they don't have any life insurance because they just borrow and they don't never pay it back. And now the company is like, no, they owe us this amount of money because they borrowed all this money, and we got to subtract it from the death benefit before we can release any funds to you. And sometimes people get like $10,000 policies, $20,000 policies. I told you on the last live how you need to get the correct coverage because stuff like that, sometimes you can sink yourself so much pulling out them loans that your family don't have hardly any money to bury you. So you got to pay it back at a 6 to 8% interest rate. If you don't pay it off, they do subtract it from your death benefit before they release the funds to your family. Here's the kicker. When you pass away, your family, now let's say you didn't even touch your savings account. Let's say you didn't even borrow no money from it and you have like $100,000 in this savings account and you have your death benefit. This is why I say you're investing in 2 products and you're only getting 1. You ready for this? When you pass away, your family only gets the death benefit, which is your life insurance policy. They do not receive the savings account. They don't receive the money in the savings account. I'm going to say this again. They receive the death benefit. They do not receive the money in the savings account. So their money in the savings account is going back to the company. But you're like, well, wait a minute. How could this be? Because this money is my relative's money. This is my Meemaw's money. This is my dad's money. This is, how can they do that? It's in the contract. It's in the contract. And that's simply because you have the death benefit, which is a death benefit, is when you die. But the savings account is a living benefit, is while you're still alive. And you can't live and die at the same time. So guess what? You're getting one or the other. If you sink the savings account, you have to pay it back. If you don't pay it back, they subtract it from your death benefit before they give the rest to your family. So either way, they're going to recoup that money. When you pass away and you don't use none of the money in the savings account, still the company keeps that and they send only the death benefit to your family. So I caution people when they decide to get whole life insurance. If you get universal life, honey, that's a whole nother situation entirely that we could definitely get into next time. But you're just getting a regular whole life cash value policy. I'm telling you, I'm not going to throw the S word out there, but there are things that you need to ask about before you sign on that dotted line so you can get a clear understanding of what you're putting your money into before you put your money into it. That's why I deal in selling term insurance, because it's just the insurance. There's no hidden fees, no, you get what you get. All right, you pay for that product, you get that product. I did have a whole life policy. I had no idea the trap that I was in. And that's why I decided, after I switched over my life insurance to a more palatable, I hope I said the word right, palatable life insurance policy, that I decided to actually start selling it myself and educating people on the different types, so people aren't taken advantage of. Now, all I can do is give the education. I can't tell you what to do with your money. All I can do is give you the education. I can't tell you what to do with your money. But I will say that the better investment, if you can qualify for term insurance, will be to get term insurance. And I will be telling y'all that there are different types of term insurance too. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later on. But I wanted to make sure that y'all knew about whole life insurance. And like I said, it's not a terrible solution when you want to get life insurance and you don't qualify for term. But if you qualify for whole life, some insurance is better than no insurance. So I gave you the information on whole life. If you don't qualify for term insurance and you only qualify for whole life insurance, then get that, because like I said, it's better than having no insurance at all. But if you qualify for term insurance, it will be ideal to invest your money into that instead of investing it into the whole life, for all of the reasons that I explained on this slide. So we're coming up on 10:30. I'm a lot over. I'm a lot over time, but like I said, it's my show. I do what I want. But I wanted to make sure that y'all had this information, because I don't want to hide anything from anyone. If I learn something, I want to be able to share stuff with you guys. And I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, well, how's she a financial coach? But she's just, I have to book an appointment with her to know about information. Yeah, I want to go into detail and have a one-on-one with someone to make sure they understand the information. But like I'm doing on my live, and make sure I'm sharing something with you. And this is stuff that is not, if you're looking for it, you can find it. If you're looking for the information, you can find it. But a lot of people don't take the time to learn the information on their own, and they rather just be told. Or I hear a lot of people saying, oh, whole life is the way to go because it lasts for your whole life. And I mean, yeah, but who's out here? I mean, it's people out here living to 120 years old, but it's very rare. And that's the only time that you can truly cash out on your policy, is when you live to the maturity of the life insurance policy. So there's that. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight on my live. I want to thank you for the love that you've shown me on this Valentine's Day. You were my Valentines. I didn't have a Valentine's, but you, my audience, were my Valentines. And I thank you so much for joining me tonight. All of those who have been rocking out with me since the beginning, I love you. And all of those who are just joining in, I love you too. Thank you for coming in and rocking out with me tonight, spending time with me, you know. I want to also give a special shout out to one of my newest subscribers on my YouTube channel, Think Different TV, my daddy. So thank you so much for subscribing, Daddy. I appreciate you. I love you for, you know, subscribing to my channel. Because I'm telling you, this guy, he don't subscribe to nothing unless he like it. And he likes what I have going on, and he wanted to support, and he's one of my newest subscribers. Hey, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, head on over there, Think Different TV. You can subscribe to that, because right after I finish doing this, I am going to upload it to my YouTube as well. It's still going to be available here on IGTV under Lashia Star, under Think Different TV, the series. Yes. And like I said, if you want any more information about the financial literacy, you can go to my KS Legacy Building LLC 1 page. And that is right here on IG. And you can watch all my videos about you know, different like life insurance or just money things and financial hacks and all that great stuff. It's there for you. All right. Before I close out the night, I have to shout out my sponsors one more time. One is Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design website company. He is amazing. He creates websites with eye-catching designs. He also does eye-catching designs on his flyers. He created the flyer for Think Different TV. He created other flyers for me in the past for my financial business. He's ready to work with you guys. So when you are ready to get your project started, make sure you hit up Phil at 609-534-0237. When you mention Think Different TV, you receive 15% off, okay? 15% off, that's a big deal. I mean, 15% off is more than 10%. It's more than 5%. You want to go and get that project started and get that money off and support these Black-owned businesses that I'm mentioning, okay? So that is Anointed Ads. That's ANOINTEDADS right here on IG. You can also follow him on Facebook. And you can also check him out on his own website, www.anointedads.com. His name is Phil. He's amazing. He's professional. Support his business. He's ready for you when you're ready to get your project started. We also have Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. All right. You can hit up Mike at Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER right here on IG. You can also call him at 267-707-8279 to put in your order today. He also did a collab recently. I love when business comes together with Be Inspired, and they have a COVID Be Gone combo. All right, because COVID is still out here, and what they are doing is combining fresh ingredients, fruits and vegetables with alkaline water to make sure they give you the cleanest, healthiest combo ever. And if you're going to hydrate the right way, the right way with these BOBs, these Black-owned businesses. Make sure you put your order in today. Hydrate the right way. Get this water today. All right. He has it available in gallons. He also has the smaller ones, but I say just get the gallons. Just get the gallons, because gallons, they last you, and sometimes I don't drink out the glass. I drink out the gallon. When I'm at work, I take a gallon with me and I just drink it as I go. So there you go. And then we also have All Money Shot. All Money Shots, amazing videographer, photographer, does virtual photo shoots. If you can't make it down to the studio for whatever reason, and you feel more comfortable doing the shoot in your home, but you don't want anybody in your home, he got you. All right, he does it virtually. It's an amazing process. I'm sure if you have any questions about it, you can hit him up at All Money Shot. That's ALLMONEYSHOTS right here on IG. And also check out his campaign, Shoot Cameras Not Guns, CMP, right here on IG, not ING, but IG. Hit him up there, because that's an amazing campaign where he is teaching a skill to young kids to keep them off the streets, get them away from gun violence, show them a skill so they can keep themselves busy, because idle minds is the devil's workshop, and we want to keep them off the streets and keep them doing something productive, not destructive. And they just did a spread on him on Channel 10 News. I posted that on my page a while back, so check that out. He is amazing. His name is Vern. He is amazing. So just go and check him out. Check out his team. His team is fire. They get things done. A lot of the shots where I have the black dress on with the I hate this necklace. It keeps doing that. With the necklace on, and the one that I use for my advertisements and everything, that's their work. And those are untouched photos. Didn't even retouch them. That's telling you the quality is bomb. All right. So check them out. Show love to these Bobs, to these Black owned businesses. Share your thoughts on the topic tonight. The topic, I did talk about the Super Bowl halftime, but I did go on to the actual topic that I had for tonight, which was about social media, protecting our children from the predators on social media, making sure that we are careful about what we post about our children on social media, and also who we invite into our homes and around our children. That's a major thing, you know. But also addressing the fact that, you know, predators, that's a them problem. They have a major problem, and it's like I said, it's like telling the person that got raped, oh, maybe you shouldn't have never wore that dress, because no, the rapist is the one that needs to be addressed. So I made sure that I did that. Let me know your comments below. Also, the independent artist spotlight tonight. Shout out to B&A Island for taking the time out to do the interview with me and let you guys know a little bit about who he is and what he has going on. He also has a business. I'm going to tag it below this video. And his song Daydreaming. You know, next week we're gonna have them back on with DJ Chemo, and they're gonna talk about their collab chemistry and show the song Crazy that they just released as well. And then the financial tip. Did you get something out of the financial tip tonight? Let me know. I want to bring you the best quality show ever. If there's anything that you would like discussed on the show, drop me a line, drop me a DM, say, hey, I think we should talk about this. Or if you have a financial tip, or you have an independent artist spotlight that you want, or independent artist you want to shine a light on, let me know so that I can put that person on too. All right. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in tonight, and y'all have a great night. All right. Happy Valentine's Day. It's about to be over, but happy Valentine's Day. Bye.